Rank, I think this was, let me double check actually. Bronze 2 current. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's just start. Alright.
Like those like radiant players with like stretch res and like very low.
That's literally what I'm using right now, bro.
Watch out for tripwires.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Watch for
Swarm grenade out. Here.
push through, bro. None of them are
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Team fight doors.
Yo, chill!
Last player standing.
Oh shit. Okay, nice. There's not many huge mistakes right there. It was good that you rotated off the first one when you get smoked off, but what I'd prefer to see is that you at least calm, because if we go back here a bit to even right here, you can see that the Phoenix is full up in spawn. Breach is inside of C main. C is basically clear. They're not gonna go there. They're not gonna go B either, right? Because the Phoenix is there. What I'd ideally want to see in this situation is that you kind of like try to control the game and try to call for the breach to rotate to B instantly. Like here, he goes through B. That's good, but if this is a different rank and the Phoenix doesn't fully get his flank here, then they are going B instantly through the door. So just having someone or something to stop them from going B is really useful. But right here, I mean, obviously it worked because you guys just fucking shit on them, I guess. But yeah, in higher ranks, they'll very likely rotate there. And also, just a very tiny thing here is when you see that the Omen is swinging out wide, that you don't hesitate here, and that you just go full swing, and you do that afterwards. So that's good. But just doing that earlier is also nice. But that's it for this round.
Lucky.
play whatever, bro. I can't really play. play.
Okay, first mistake here. I don't know why. I mean, it's not just you, it's also the rest of the team, but nobody here is buying any guns. Like, second round, you should be buying Spectre, Stinger, Outlaw if possible. Outlaw is extremely strong. It's basically just an op with 2 shots against ecos. It's extremely strong. I would just recommend going Outlaw, especially here, where you have the money for it. But in situations where you don't, just go Spectre, Stinger, Guardian, you know, Bulldog, whatever. But just don't save second round, because you basically have equal guns to the enemies right now. The chances are the enemy Fade and the Omen, they're gonna be going Sheriff. In a higher rank, the entire enemy team right now has Stingers, and it's gonna full rush B. And if you guys have a Ghost, 2 Ghosts on the team, a Classic, a Sheriff, and a Vandal, then you're not gonna be able to win that round. So that's just one big tip for this, right?
Play whatever, bro. I can't really play.
Yo, Yami, what's up?
Just get one ding and just dip. I need a rifle, bro. I have no guns whatsoever.
Yeah, again, you're saying you have no guns in the rifle, but yeah, you could have bought it.
But there's spices.
I can have spike up.
Not here.
40 on fade.
In sight.
Wait, I can stun for you.
Oh yeah, you got that.
Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. Just a bit little awareness, but also no one in your team really called it.
We have spike.
But right here the Omen dies. If you can see on the minimap, he dies. Here you should be trying to crunch them together with the Killjoy. I mean, main on A is hella smoked off, and they likely won't be going A, especially because they have the spike there. They're not going to try to double up with the Jet. That Jet just has a good lurk right now, and the killjoy on your team, he's aware of it. But he's not calling that to you, which is stupid. So I'm not blaming you for not knowing. But just checking the minimap every once in a while when a teammate dies, checking where they died. Just general things like that, just build a lot of good awareness. And in that case, you would have be able to predict that he would come through B main. But it's just unfortunate that he died here. Also, by the way, if you guys have any questions, just ask, okay?
Oh shit, B, B, B.
One's on
Shouldn't he
B.
like lure
Last
higher?
player standing.
Hmm?
Shouldn't he like for Reyna? Shouldn't he like lure higher? So like it's like
Oh yeah, you got that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the thing is right here, for sure, leering higher is always better. It's either, you should never leer on head level or body level. It's fine to leer into the ground or like on toe level, but otherwise you should always be leering high up, because that just messes up with the crosshair placement. So yeah, you're correct. That is a really good idea to do. But right in this situation, again, he's just trying to grab the vandal, which is fair. But yeah, just leering high up is a really good habit. You're correct.
wait, I can stun for you.
Standing.
What the fuck? What's on your right? Yo, don't peek, bro. Don't peek. You have spike.
And right here, just a tiny thing. I think I'm gonna make a video on it eventually with like crosshair placement. But holding
Bro,
right here is the worst thing you can do. Not only because there's a gap on the left side where someone can see you, but if there were no gap, a good player peeks hugging the wall on the left side, because they're then open to less angles. If he's peeking the right side, he's way more open. So where you're holding would be a bad spot for the enemy to peek out of. So if I'm the enemy in this situation, I'm not peeking where you have your crosshair, I'm peeking on the left side. So that way, for you to improve your chances at hitting him, you should be holding the left side, if that makes sense. Because that's where he's most likely to come out of, where he's the safest. And that's why you have to prevent him from going out in the most optimal spot, you know? If that makes sense. Yeah.
you have spike.
One enemy remaining.
Left. Oh, and
Oh, nice try, nice try. That was close.
spike.
Tiny thing. I mean, I know you overheated here. It's fair. But you still have one more flash here. And you also have 50 seconds on the clock. He still needs to grab the spike. What you could do here, which would be more optimal, is saving your flash, waiting, holding for him to push you, or peeking with your flash. I mean, either one works. I mean, in this situation, you kind of need to go for a play.
Am I breathing into my mic?
Yeah, you're breathing a bit. But yeah, just playing more passive and not over peeking, swinging, especially with the sheriff. Like here, it's very unlucky that that's missed. Very unlucky. But again, you have utils to spare, and you also have a lot of time on the clock where he needs to grab the spike, so you're able to just play more passive. But that's right.
Oh, and
Nice shot.
But yeah, as I said as well, you guys ended up losing this round, and I think that is purely based off the fact that no one bought except for the Phoenix. Just saying. Never buy Sheriff second round. Never buy Classic or Ghost. Don't save or don't use the gun from the last round. Just go Spectre, go Bulldog, go Stinger, Guardian, Outlaw, Marshal, whatever.
Is that if we win, or
Yeah, if you win. If you lose, you always save. But if you win pistol round, then you're buying the next one, because then you guarantee, or almost guarantee, that you are up 2-0. And then that round where you have the stronger guns, chances are you're going to survive with a majority of your players alive. So let's say you survive with 3 people on your team. You then have 3 mid-tier guns, like Spectre, Bulldog, whatever, against 5 Vandals. And you're in a disadvantage, but you're able to win with that disadvantage, you know? It's still possible. And that's why it's so strong, because you're able to hurt their eco on their full buy. Because I don't know how I can try to draw here. Hold on, if I open paint on a website here. Let's see. If we have, let's say that we have here, you win. This is, okay, I can make a few squares here. This should be enough. So pistol round, this is you. If you win this pistol round, you then have more money than them. You are able to buy mid-tier guns that where you will win every single fight or almost every single fight against them, especially if you have an outlaw that's extremely strong. You will survive this round with majority players alive, probably 3 or more, usually if you're playing good. And then you're going into this round, the second round, right? You win with the guns. Now these two enemies, they've saved both rounds. So both rounds they bought on pistol round, of course, but now they have saved. And that means they have big guns next round, and you still have the bad guns, but that's fine because you're up 2-0 already. And what you need to do is try to hurt their economy as much as you can while still trying to win the round, and then prepare for the next round. If that makes sense. So you have the worst guns, they're likely gonna win, but let's say you get 3 of their enemies. They now are in the next round with 2 guns. They have 2 guns and 3 people who are forced to save or force. If they force, then they're in the disadvantage because you suddenly have 5 people with Vandals and Phantoms. If that makes sense, right? So now you're in the advantage. So ideally here you should be already up 3-1 after the first 4 rounds just by winning the pistol. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So that's just basic like economy and stuff. But if you just remember to force after winning pistol, and then saving after your force, then you should be good. But again, wait, hold on. I think I can. So again, here we see an example. Now you guys are all, or half of you are buying sheriffs. There's one guy buying a Bucky. I don't know why he's forcing. You should all be saving here. Or not saving, but he should be saving. Because you're all buying for next. Or that's at least what it looks like. That's what I'm getting from it. And these enemies just won against you on their save, on their eco. Meaning they now have Vandals. So you are playing Guardian, Sheriff, Bucky, Marshal against 5 Vandals. And you're just not likely to win that at all. And that's why it's important to always be smart about when you buy guns.
Bro, why did I...
Oh, you just went crazy.
literally saw my...
Right here, what I would prefer, I mean, it's off round start as well, but again, it is what it is, but you need to have one guy playing B in case they go fast. If it's just someone playing short with with any gun really, just jump peeking for info. That's what you could have done from heaven, for example. If you just stayed here and jump peeked main all the time, then you didn't have to, 1, die main, which you already have 2 people peeking main, so you don't need 3 people anyways if you're not fighting for it. But you could have gotten valuable info on B, and that would have made the rotate from breach a lot safer as well. So imagine only Omen dies here, and then you're still on B right here, you're jump peeking. This breach can go knife out and rotate without having to fear that there's anyone B main because you're still holding it, right? So that makes the rotate towards A lot easier. And this killjoy doesn't have his setup there. I don't know why he doesn't have that. But in my eyes, this looks like a retake. This killjoy should be going off site right now, giving the A site, and you guys should just be careful and keep them from going B. And then just play retake. That's how you should be playing this. But it's fine. It happens.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
See, bro.
Yeah. And again, it just shows the importance of having guns in this round. Because if you followed the way I explained here, then you would have right now been up 2-1. And next round you would have had Vandals against a weaker buy. But instead of that, you are now against Vandals, and the enemies have,
Wait, no, we probably want.
if you can see here barely, they have 6,000, 7,000, 4,000, 5,000, 5,500. They have a lot of money, and you guys can barely afford Vandals. Like 3 of you can buy Vandals. So you're in a huge disadvantage already. If I were you, especially in your rank, just in this situation, just go regen shield and Vandal instead of going full shield Guardian or full shield Bulldog. Just makes it a lot easier for you to get value out of it as well. And especially in this rank, there's a lot of people that spray, a lot of people that use phantoms or weaker guns. So having that regen shield makes it a lot easier for you to get value out of it as well, and get a lot for your money if you just survive the round. But playing Bulldog, I guess, it's up to you again, but whatever you're comfortable with. But I would just recommend in this situation going regen shield and Vandal. Alright, one thing I would try to do, because I know that these teammates probably won't listen a lot, but if you're a duo, just try to be the duo that actually holds the other sides. Or not just holds the other sides, but stays on the other sides. Because right now you have B fully open, you have C fully open. This Killjoy is already set up on A. You don't need 4 people there. You just don't. Especially off the bat. Right now you're 5 people stacked towards A. They haven't shown themselves. They've shot a bit, but there's not been any fights yet. You don't need 5 people here. They could be up C right now. They could be planting. They could be planting B right now. They could be all over the place, and you have 0 info about it. So if you're a duo, just try to be the ones that spread out. Maybe one of you guys plays C or plays B, you know, and you play retake on C, whatever it has to be. Just be the ones that kind of fix these holes in the defense instead of just going for the fights wherever they are, you know.
Stupid idiot dash in front of Jet 120.
You disappoint.
Nice shot.
My old friend.
Last player standing.
That's unlucky.
Remaining.
I don't know how often you play smokes, but if you ever play smokes, just remember to smoke the bomb, but not main, like he does here. Alright, so the eco on the team is just absolutely cooked. Here you need to be communicating. You either all have to be saving, or all have to be buying. Unless there's some people that can buy for next, right? But in this situation you can't have the Killjoy having 50 credits left, the Omen and Phoenix having 1,900, and you two saving. It's just not possible. You're not going to win any fights against a full Vandal team. And again, that kind of goes back to round number 2, because you guys buying or saving, depending on really you're just thinking individually with buying and saving. You're not thinking as a team. That just causes you to always be on a different level in economy, and that's why in these lower ranks, the moment you have economy advantage, that's when you really start to win by a lot. And that's also what I'm seeing here. The enemies have extremely high amounts of money. They're saving up. It's snowballed already. It's kind of like, it's already almost too late to stop it unless you do something like this round or next round. And that's why if half of you guys are buying and half of you are saving now, you're not going to be able to guarantee the round or have a fair fight, because the next round is going to be again a disadvantage in terms of money, the same as this round and the same as the previous round and the round before, right? So you need to be managing your money a lot better.
planted.
Fade's hurt. They're going B. 80 on Fade. Jet's out there.
Pushing down.
Did you have your little nade? Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
I'm sticking it. Just watch me.
Last player standing.
What is this? Ah, bro.
Nice.
Yo!
Oh my gosh. Oh, the 2 bullets.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah, well put. One thing I would do differently. I mean, you won the round, so that's good. But just again having that awareness with that jet being in spawn. Obviously, you didn't know he was there, but there were a lot of clear signs that they just planted B. There are multiple people alive. They're going to take space, especially knowing that you're all three on A site. He's gonna be taking space, and that's exactly what he did. But you got him, so that's good. But just having that extra awareness, and on top of that, if your Phoenix is ulting and pushing, and he is clearing angles with his ults and all that, you need to be taking the space together with him. Because if we go back here a bit, right here, he is pushed up far. You are both standing behind the wall. He's just gotten a kill,
Planted.
and he does in his ult. Right here, you guys could both be standing exactly where he just died with his ult. And you would have that space, you would have the opportunity to trade that fade, and then you would have been in a lot better or a more favorable position.
Fade's hurt.
And on top of that, the Phoenix wouldn't have to die to the jet here. But again, if that Phoenix didn't die, then you would have been dead. And right now, you're peeking that jet. He just misses. Realistically, you should be dead right now, but
80 on Fade.
you get him, so that's good. Anyways, next round.
Smoke side.
Low-key good coaching, thank you, bro.
Bro, do not peek.
You can get it for free in the Discord if you want, bro. It's free.
Is it?
He was inside the smoke.
Yo!
Oh, never mind. Ideally, I mean, honestly, the way you played here
Is it?
is fine, but you need to be faster with your decisions. The moment Breach dies, again, you instantly notice it, that's really good, but you should be instantly prepared for them to be upstairs, and not just in the entrance on stairs where you're holding, but they could be even closer up right now. So you need to be even more prepared. It's very unlucky that you whip here, but it's a good decision that you hold stairs, that you see that there's a hole in the defense. Again, same economy issue here. I don't know why your team, I mean, obviously this has nothing to do with you specifically or Breach specifically, but you guys also as teammates have kind of the how do you say, you have the or you should be the ones to communicate things. If no one else is communicating something, you guys need to be the ones doing that. You need to be able to plan when you buy, when you save, and you need to communicate that, okay, now I see that, okay, this Phoenix, he's forcing a Bucky and a Ghost. That might just be the stupidest thing I've ever seen. This Omen is forcing Light Shield Marshall. This Killjoy is forcing Light Shield Ghost. None of these guys should be buying a Ghost even. Maybe a Shorty, but everyone should be buying to have enough money in the next round. And because you guys won the round before last round, you guys are basically getting nothing on this loss right now, because you get more money for every consecutive loss. You get more money up to three times. So if you lose 3 rounds in a row, on the third loss, you're getting more money than on the second or the first one, and then you get 200 credits less than winning. So that's to boost the economy, right? But because you guys just won the round before, then you're getting very little amounts of money, and you need to be saving instantly. after winning that. No, after you lost that round. There's no need to be buying buckies, and you guys need to be able to communicate that to the teammates, because or else you will have this economy problem forever. Because the only thing that saved you from winning this round, no, from having even worse eco, was the fact that you guys were able to win. I think it was a 4v2, right? And that was kind of huge that you got the kill with 2 bullets in your Guardian, right? Had you died there, then you would have been even more fucked, right? So economy has a huge role in winning or losing a game. And in this case, if you had more eco management with the team and with yourself as well, then you would have had at least 2-3 more rounds. Like I could have easily seen this being a 5-1 right now if you guys had bought second round and followed basic like eco. But there's a lot of videos online you can probably look up. I don't have my own. I could make one, but not right now. But just searching up how the economy works is just really good and gives you a great understanding of like when to buy, when to save, and stuff like that, and when to go stingers and stuff. I can see that you bought a stinger, but honestly, stinger is better than sheriff at least.
Buy
So.
for 2 rounds straight, bro. Bro, think some bro. So hold on, I got a question.
Hmm?
So like, on that round, since I had like much better eco than all my other team, should I have bought Guardian or should I just have saved with my team?
In this situation, I would buy for next round. That's what I would do. So buy so you have enough money to have util, shield, and a vandal for next round. Because it doesn't matter if your team is buying right now. Sure, you can think that okay, it might be better for me to force as well, but that's not the problem. You shouldn't be trying to match your teammates. You should be trying to get your teammates to match you, if that makes sense. Because your teammates are making a mistake and you're just following their mistake, and that's not a good way to play. You need to be the one to initiate the good spending, I guess, if you can say that, you know. So in this case, sure, you bought a stinger, that's fine, because the rest of the team also bought everything. So I guess you're on the same eco, but none of you guys should be buying here, ideally.
Credit.
Does that answer the question, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, look how much money I have, bro. I can buy for 2 rounds straight, bro. Bro, think some bro.
Gosh. I spent even more money.
Cutting their vision.
They're probably rotating.
Bro, can y'all peek off of my leer, bro?
Not really a point in peeking here, and I think you know that as well, but if you're going to peek, you need to communicate that with your Phoenix as well before you throw the flash. Just say, okay, Phoenix, I'm gonna flash, peek with me, 3, 2, 1, and then you flash. And then maybe he can flash as well. His flash is even stronger, so if he flashes over that little box, you can peek together and you'll almost 100% get 1 kill or 2 kills, right? So just communication is really important. You need to communicate that you have a flash, you need to communicate your util, all that. And sure, you need to expect that from your teammates to some degree as well, but most of the time they're not going to be able to, or they're just not going to want to call a flash. So then you need to be the one asking for the flash, right? Instead of just expecting them to say they're going to flash. And also here, Breach would most preferably still be jump peeking on C, or go to B and jump peek on B. But rotating through CT here, especially off very little info. I mean, sure, they're up A, but again, there's nothing stopping them from going B right now. There's nothing stopping them from rotating. And you already have 3 on A site, so you should be fine just leaving them on site.
Crud.
Really good comps as well.
I have all this.
40 on Omen.
Last player
Bro, why am I
standing.
just insta crouching, bro?
Dead.
You can hold.
That's unlucky. One thing I would do different here is that this Phoenix has just died main. You know that their Omen is main, he is not directly on site. and you've just spotted the Fade here. You lose that fight. Ideally, you should not be losing the fight. Ideally, you should be going together as two because you're a duo. It's extremely strong to be a duo. If you just peek together, call that you're peeking together, use flashes together, stun, you still have breach ult as well. You have all this util that you could be using, as well as Reyna Leers as well. You need to be using your util. You can't just have it to save it for the perfect moment to use it. You gotta be able to sometimes just throw away util. If that means that you're clearing an angle, you have 4 flashes right now, just use it. It doesn't matter why or how much value you get out of it. The fact that you're using it to clear angles makes everything easier. And in this case, you throw a Leer here up in the air, and that Fade can't peek off you, or can't peek off the dismiss sound. And Breach should also be swinging further, right? But again, you guys need to communicate that.
Bro, like, what do you not understand about pushing? Alright, yeah.
Enemy spotted B.
Stealing sight.
They have just planted a bomb. You have the killjoy ult, that's great. You guys just need to wait it out. You don't need to peek before. You can peek when there's 2 seconds left. This Omen should never have died. He should have just smoked off main before peeking anyways, but I guess he just doesn't know how to do that. But you guys should wait for the ult to pop before you peek here.
Trade me. Alright,
Last player standing.
we can all.
Because again, it goes from what, a 4v4? Yeah, it goes from a 4v4 to 2v1 before the killjoy ult has popped. And that's just extremely necessary because they are forced extremely far away. The only place they can be, where they can be of any danger, is if they're main. That's the only place you can be. Where they can actually like kill you guys. Oh, what the fuck? Nice.
How he just connected.
I swear.
I wouldn't leave Link at all here. You're leaving before the Phoenix wall drops. There could be someone very close. And you also hear that Cypher Cage there. You should be going back instantly here and holding for the push. In case of that. Yeah. And again, you don't need to be... Yeah, you see, now there's a Jet there. And ideally you would be in Link, fighting him before he gets there. And when I say you're fighting Link, I'm not saying you should be going... You should be standing here. You should not be standing there. You should be standing about right where you're standing here and just holding the door. And maybe jiggling it or jump peeking it. You don't need to fight it instantly, but you need to get that information. Again, right here. Here, you know exactly where he is. Here, you guys need to communicate a flash right now. Say breach, okay? You flash at 3 to 1 and you swing. But you're giving him time to go. And now you're hearing even more people. You need to be just going out together, especially just punishing that first guy, because it's really important. If that Jet goes past, then you're already too late. You need to be flashing out and peeking together before he gets out. You need to be holding back the first entry, if that makes sense.
Spike planted.
How did I survive?
You've spent 2 dismisses, I think, this round. And none of them were required. You didn't need to use any of the dismisses. If I were you, I'd just wait with dismisses. Either you wait a second before you see, or just check if there's anyone there. Or use the dismiss to gain info. But don't just use it after a kill, for no reason. Unless you know there's a player nearby. But right here, you know they're on C, spike has been planted. They're most likely 2 people. Breach needs to communicate that. And Killjoy's already fighting the Reyna. There's no one nearby, you should just be healing here. And also, this Killjoy should not be taking this fight. But anyways, after he dies, you guys need to be scaling up C instantly. You have Breach ult, you have the Phoenix ult. I don't know if he just used it or if he's actively using it. I think he's actively using it. So you guys should be pushing extremely fast. You should be Breach ulting, get everyone off site, and start to defuse, because that Reyna is on the other side of the map. And he just got a kill with the Sheriff. He's not going to be coming for a while. So you guys just need to be extremely fast.
Yeah.
So right now sneaking here is just not enough.
Bro, what am I doing? Bro, I'm so rusty.
But again, you guys are on side. I don't know what this Phoenix is doing. I don't know why he's on B right now. He should be main. But here, I don't know what kind of util you had, Breach. If you had a stun, a flash, or anything, you guys should just be using that, communicating that util, and focusing on getting him, because you know the Reyna is not nearby. And unfortunately, you're dismissing while he's speaking. That's just a bit of miscom or just unlucky. And then that's also unlucky that you missed. But now you guys have essentially, because it's partly because of the Phoenix, to be fair, but from a potential 3v2 to a 1v2, right? It's just a bad decision making, not just from you guys, but from the Phoenix as well. He should be going main. But again, you guys can communicate these things. Just be fast. The moment you know that you're in an advantage, just go fast, especially when there's someone else on the other side of the map. Because the faster you go, the more useless he becomes.
Remember when we used to play, bro?
And also here, I don't like that you are instantly going on A, or just searching for fights. I want you to be jumping C. Getting info C, you have the Phoenix up B, that's fine, but you need to be getting info C. You're 3 people on A, that should be enough to delay any kind of push until you guys are there, especially because you have an Omen in a strong position where you can flash the entirety of main, and you have a Killjoy holding down tree. So you guys should be good on A, so you need to be putting your focus towards C.
Like a year ago, during that one.
And this ult, I mean, personally, I wouldn't do it. They're not close up. What you could do in that kind of situation is have that Killjoy turret. The moment it gets contact, then you ult. But again, if you have the ult, a better position to be in would be if you're playing Link, or like the breakable door. If you're playing there with the ult, not only does it get more of the main because you're not on a diagonal angle, but it can also get tree and help the Killjoy in case they push there. But again, you also need to communicate that with the team, and maybe even wait a bit for the Phoenix to get into a better position, see if they're rotating or not, or waiting for your duo before you use the breach ult. And another thing, I wouldn't even use the breach ult here at all, from any position, because it's extremely strong for retaking a site. No matter where they go, you will be able to ult the entire site, with maybe an exception of A. If they're in tree, then you won't be able to get that. But other than that, you should just be waiting for them to go on sites. So what I would communicate to the rest of the team is, okay, we play retake C, for example, or we play retake B, so that we put more focus towards A. Let's say we have the Killjoy set up on C, heavy, and he has, let's say, one player, or not even one, you can be playing 3 on A. Omen, Breach, Reyna, that should be more than enough for Omen, Breach, Phoenix. You have the Killjoy on C, and you have one of you guys jump picking on B. That way you're able to play retake on B. If the Killjoy dies early on C, you're able to play retake on C. And you're able to hold down A together with extremely strong util. So just be more careful with spending util. I think that's a problem I see with both you guys. You're spending very little normal util, And when you're spending it, you're kind of spending it when you don't have to. So you need to think more about the util and what it can be used for, and think more actively how you can kind of use it. So for example, with that breach ult, what are your intentions with it? Is it to delay the push? In that case, it's probably not that good of an idea. You have a breach stun, you have omen, flash, you have molly, so you have all that to delay a push. So that probably shouldn't be what you're using your ult on. And also the same with your dismisses or your leers. You should be thinking, okay, what are your intentions? Are you gonna flash? Okay, what are you gonna use that flash for? Are you gonna try to actually peek of it? Or are you just gonna flash or just shoot to shoot it? Or flash to flash? If you're just flashing for no reason, you probably shouldn't be using it. If you're dismissing for no reason, you probably shouldn't be using it, right? All these things, is important to be careful with your util usage. And right here, last round, you could have bought for the Killjoy, and you would have had 5 Andals. Sure, it probably wouldn't have won you the round, but it would have been a step in the right direction, right? You lost the round anyways, regardless of your guns. This round, you should not have this setup of buying. You should not be going up when your team is going Spectre and Classics. It just should not happen. You should not be buying up here. No, that's a tragic pistol round. Again, this is what I'm talking about. If you're losing it, again, going back to this beautiful drawing, if the winning isn't you, then you are saving second round. If you win first round, you buy second round. If you lose first round, you save second round. In the third round, you just do the opposite of what you did the round before. So if you saved here, then you buy. If you bought here, then you save. And then next round you do the same, and most of the time you either want to be on a full buy or on a save or buying for next. You don't want to be in situations like this where your omen seems to be buying light shield ghost for some reason. You're spending all your money on a sheriff while the rest of the team is, I don't know, still 20 seconds left. I don't know what they end up buying. I don't know if I can see it here. Yeah. Again, now you have 4 people on your team that don't have money if you lose a game. And these enemies right now have Spectres, Guardians, Bulldogs, Outlaws, and they have full shield, full util. You're not gonna win majority of the rounds against those kind of guns if you have sheriffs and light shield or ghost. I mean, it's just not very optimal. You should not be going for these buys. You should just be saving.
Let's go!
Nice. One more thing I want to add. It's nothing to do with this one specifically, but just because you guys are duos and also when talking to teammates, is set up crosses. For example, right here, you're holding with Outlaw here. This omen, if this were to be breached, right, you're a duo, you just stand behind the wall in main, stand safe, and peek off of Reyna's contact. Because right now what this omen is doing, he's giving that Cypher a 1v1. He's making it winnable for the Cypher. But if you're holding the Cypher with the Outlaw, and the moment you guys start a fight, this omen peeks out, then he's suddenly peeking 2 people at once, and he has no chance of winning that, right? But in this situation, he does have a chance, but it's fine. You win it anyways, but just for like a general rule of thumb, it's really important to set up crosses.
KJ ult. KJ, you can ult.
Again, don't think of the cage ult as something you push with. Think of it as something that just forces them offside, where you can push afterwards. Because right now this is the second time that your team has gone in basically as the ult drops. You have no one watching flank right now. They could be flank. You haven't seen either of these guys. You just know that they won't be in this circle in 9.06 seconds. That's all the info you have. And if you were to use it earlier, the kill ult, and then push as it's 2 seconds left, then you're able to spend a lot less util to get on site, risk a lot less, and still be in the same position.
One enemy remaining.
You can pop ulti. Right, no, don't do that.
Nice.
Save. Yeah, let's.
Only thing I would change is right here he's fighting. I'm 99% sure if I'm in your situation here, then I'm 100% peeking heaven. The second I hear footsteps. Right now, I'm peeking heaven. Because I just heard a footstep, I'm swinging it, and they're starting to shoot at him because they're trying to kill the killjoy while he's shooting at something else. So now you need to be the one shooting at the enemies while they're shooting at something else, right? But luckily it works
You can
out.
pop ulti.
And
Right,
if
no,
I tried to swing that earlier, would I still lure that? Or should I just try peek it?
I would just try peek it. Leering takes too long. It takes too long to. If you already had it in your hand, sure. But
do that.
right here, you have to pull it out. Like right here, you need to be peeking, and you end up peeking
You can pop ulti.
3 seconds afterwards. So that's 3 seconds where they could have killed that killjoy that you spent on taking out your leer, throwing it, and peeking instead of just peeking. And sure, the leer might help in some situations, but this killjoy has a sheriff. I would just go off the assumption that he's gonna die anyways, and I would just try to get the 2 kills as fast as possible before they're able to switch their focus on you.
Right, no.
In general, for the entire game, and then just general advice, focus on playing together if you're duo. Ask for util, call your util, have intentions, that's probably the most important thing, but have intentions behind your util. Don't just throw it to throw it, you gotta actually have a reason or a goal behind throwing it. If you're flashing, your goal has to be, okay, I'm gonna flash and I'm gonna peek and I'm gonna try to kill this guy. If you think they're in a situation, if there are 2 people, for example, don't throw the flash if you're Reyna, because one of them is going to break it, the other is going to hold. That's just how it's going to be, or both are going to break it. It's going to at least be practically useless. Those are probably the biggest things from this game. There's obviously the economy part that is really important. That's probably what held you guys back from winning 13-5, I would say, 13-6. I mean, these enemies were not good at all. You were crushing them every time you had guns. So, yeah, that's just the main focuses.